heat advisory is now in effect for the entire state of Wyoming until tomorrow morning at 12 a.m. Pacific Time. The following message is being broadcasted by the Emergency News Network at the request of the National Weather Service. The National Weather Service for the state of Wyoming has issued a heat advisory, which is in effect from 1 p.m. Pacific Time until tomorrow morning at 12 a.m. Pacific Time. Temperatures at this time are in the low 90s, and people have been reported to have gotten really bad sunburns due to the excessive heat. Small ponds or areas where there is little water have completely dried up. Temperatures are still rising in the state of Wyoming, and surrounding states are beginning to experience this possible heat wave. At this time, residents should take extra precautions when going outside or even staying inside. As a result of the heat, it is very important for you to stay hydrated, and to use sunscreen if planning to stay outside for a long period of time, especially when going on vacation, such as to the beach, carnivals, and other outside places. Bring a hat to protect yourself from the heat, sunglasses to protect your eyes from the sun, and sunscreen to prevent sunburns. Take extra precautions when attending outside activities. If and when possible, reschedule any outside activities. Young children and pets should never be left alone unattended. Drink plenty of fluids, stay in an air-conditioned room, stay out of the sun, and check up on relatives and neighbors. As Halloween approaches, children are being advised to not wear warm costumes due to the high temperatures. This will only be advised if these high temperatures remain during the time. Stay tuned to the station and other news stations for further information. Heat advisory in effect from 1 p.m. Pacific Time today until 12 a.m. Pacific. You're listening to the Emergency News Network. Today, a child that was found in the woods was confirmed to have no family with him. It's unknown how did he not have a family, but the United States government are ordering all residents to stay indoors at this time. The police are trying to find the child, but identity of this child is still unknown at this time. If you see the child, call 911 immediately. You are listening to the Emergency News Network, your #1 source for the news, music, sports, etc. Just this morning at around 8 a.m. Eastern Time, a child was found in the woods in the state of Wyoming, and was reported to have no family. The identity of this child is unknown at this time, but the Federal Emergency Management Agency advises civilians to stay away from this kid and to stay indoors, as anything could happen at any time. The origin of this child has not been found yet, but the Federal Emergency Management Agency claims that he might have been kicked out of his own family for some reason, but this is literally just a random guess. Once important information about the child becomes available, we will broadcast it on the Emergency News Network. If you see this child in your area, report him or her to the police immediately. Do not spread rumors about the child, as you will be arrested and charged. That is all for the child right now. As for the weather today, temperatures are higher than they are supposed to today for the state of Wyoming, as the temperature today was supposed to be in the upper 80s, but the temperature right now is 166 degrees. Keep in mind that weather conditions can change anytime, so stay alert and remain tuned to the station for more information, as we are more reliable than any other news source. Lol. Anyways, it is unknown why temperatures are higher than this time of year, but residents should take extra precautions when going outside or even staying inside. As a result of the heat, it is very important for you to stay hydrated, and to use sunscreen if planning to stay outside for a long period of time, especially when going on vacation, such as to the beach, carnivals, and other outside places. Bring a hat to protect yourself from the heat, sunglasses to protect your eyes from the sun, and sunscreen to prevent sunburns, as the sun ultraviolet rays can burn your skin in just a matter of hours even with a t-shirt on or if you are in water. This should be taken as a heat advisory, which means precautions should be taken when heat advisories are issued. Take extra precautions when attending outside activities. If and when possible, reschedule any outside activities. Young children and pets should never be left alone unattended. Drink plenty of fluids, stay in an air-conditioned room, stay out of the sun, and check up on relatives and neighbors. Have a good rest of your day, and stay safe, as the world is a dangerous place, and one wrong move could result in something bad. As Halloween approaches, children are being advised to not wear warm costumes due to the high temperatures. This will only be advised if these high temperatures remain during the time. Stay alert and stay safe by taking safety precautions.
Hello, Officer Jake.
Officer Zach.
How you doing?
Why do you look so sad?
Dude, I feel like I'm about to cry because rumors are spreading across social media about this kid possibly being kicked out of his own family. Like, who the heck would kick their own child out of their family? I'm sure this was a really nice kid, but his parents probably didn't give a crap about him and were lazy bums who weren't qualified enough to be real parents. Dude, this really makes me wanna cry.
Honestly, I have to agree with you. I mean, what did this kid do that made his parents kick him out?
If I could, I'd probably adopt this kid just to make him grow up as a mature, successful young man.
I'm sure you will do a great job, but we don't even know who this kid is. Maybe his parents had a reason to kick him out. You never know what he is capable of. There have been several reports about houses being robbed not too far from where this kid was last reported. He could be the responsible one for these robberies.
Yeah, You do got a point there, Zach. So what's happening with you today?
I'm going to be searching for this kid and bring him back here. The last time this kid was reported was in the woods not too far from Yellowstone, so me and Officer Dan, along with some other officers, might search around the surrounding Yellowstone area first.
Really? Well, if you find him, I want to see him so I can consider adopting him.
Look, Zach, I think you should slow down a bit. Are you actually ready to be a dad? Are you prepared to take care of a child you know nothing about?
I've been wanting to be a dad for a long time, but my wife doesn't want to go through the pain of giving birth to a child. Honestly, I can't really blame her because the pain is just super extreme. But we both wanted kids, but the adoption center didn't have any kids that we wanted to adopt. Every kid we've seen was very mean and disrespectful to both of us. May God just bless us with one angel child that we would cherish for as long as he or she lives.
Honestly, I feel bad for you and your wife. But do you or your wife know how to raise a child? Just wanted to make sure that raising a child is more than just loving him or her. You have to take care of him, discipline him, and holy crap, there is just so much work. It can be very overwhelming at times. You and your wife should probably make sure you both are ready to raise a child right now. Well look, we'll deal with that later. I gotta get going.
Yeah, you should probably get going now.
I hope you feel better from this, and I hope you become a father someday.
Yeah, it will happen someday. Oh boy, I sure hope this kid is an angel. I really want to become a dad. Oh man, I sure hope this is my ticket to finally becoming a father.
Breaking news. Residents across the state of Wyoming should take safety precautions when going outside. A lot of residents across the state reported their houses being totally annihilated. Some residents even reported themselves being attacked by some unknown entity. This has been happening all across the state of Wyoming, mainly in neighborhoods and small areas where human populations are small. Police who have attempted to investigate the scene, but found no entity or anything related to what happened. They mainly found debris and some bodies have been reported. Police orders civilians to not attempt to investigate the scenes, as they are considered private property, and you will be arrested and charged if you enter the scene without authorization. You might even be shot on sight without warning, so violating this order may cost your life. It is unknown where or what this entity is, but the Federal Emergency Management Agency advises citizens to be extremely careful when going outside, especially into public areas. Heat advisory in effect from 1 p.m. Pacific Time today until 12 a.m. Pacific Time tomorrow. Temperatures are continuing to rise slowly. Small ponds or areas where there is little water have completely dried up. At this time, residents should take extra precautions when going outside or even staying inside. As a result of the heat, it is very important for you to stay hydrated, and to use sunscreen if planning to stay outside for a long period of time, especially when going on vacation, such as to the beach, carnivals, and other outside places. Bring a hat to protect yourself from the heat, sunglasses to protect your eyes from the sun, and sunscreen to prevent sunburns. As for the child and the entity, rumors are already saying that they are connected somehow. This is not confirmed at this time, so do not listen or spread these rumors. Rumors are also saying that everything that happened today, the child, the entity, and the rising heat are all somehow connected. Again, none of this is confirmed at this time, so do not panic or spread any panic. Do not start any rumors about the child or the entity. Anyone who violates this order will be arrested and banned from all sources of internet until all information is completely investigated. Make wise choices and don't be stupid.
Oh boy, I sure hope this kid is an angel. I really want to become a dad. Oh man, I sure hope this is my ticket to finally becoming a father.
hello officer. What brings you here?
Good afternoon you both, my name is Officer Jake. I'm inspecting every house in this neighborhood to see if this unidentified kid was roaming around here at all. Have you both heard about it on the emergency news network?
Well, me and my friend Scary Larry were listening to it on the radio as we were eating dinner. If you should know my name at all, my name is Isaac.
Okay Isaac, are your parents here?
No, they are getting pizza for us.
Oh okay. Well, did you see anyone roaming around here?
Well, I didn't see anyone walking out here. None of the neighbors are usually out this late, and I know all my neighbors. I haven't seen anyone I didn't know, so I don't think this child was wandering around here at all.
Okay, thank you so much. A lot of your neighbors have said the same thing, so I guess my work here is done. Hey Isaac.
Yes sir?
Listen to me carefully. I want you to tell your parents that I was here today, and tell them everything I asked you and told you about.
Okay, I will.
Also, if they don't know yet, I want you to tell your parents about this situation, and that if they see anything suspicious, call the state police department as soon as possible. Can you do that for me?
No problem officer.
Thank you so much. Well, you both have a good night and stay safe.
You too. Good night.
Well Isaac, who was it?
An officer was at the door, and he was asking me about the child that the news was talking about.
Man, this kid might be someone capable of something catastrophic if the authorities are so determined to find him.
I guess you're right, Scary Larry.
Whatever is going on here, I sure hope it gets resolved soon, because I'm getting the feeling that something horrible is about to happen. But then again, it's just a child. I mean, what is one child capable of doing?
Something is telling me this is going to be a long night.
Chief, my work in this neighborhood is done. A lot of the residents here said they didn't see the child. Wait, what? Officer Dan found the child? Where? Oh, okay, that's great. Officer Zach will love this. Well, in that case, I guess I'll try back to the station. But first, I'm gonna stop by Burger King because I'm starving. Alright, I guess I'll see you in an hour.
Mike, this is a really strange night, but honestly, I feel like I can predict everything that might happen next.
I have to agree with you on this one, Cole. So much weird stuff happened today and the child is still missing. But Cole, why do you think that you can predict all this?
So, we have rising temperatures, huh? It's not summertime, however, so this is kinda weird.
True.
How can temperatures be rising this high at this time of year? If the rising temperatures and the child are connected, I guess we are in for something big for humanity. Temperatures right now seem to be around 170 degrees. I guess that's why it's so hot out here. If the temperatures rise any further, we might end up entering the elements of rising heat. Hopefully, the temperatures decrease soon, because I am not liking these scorching temperatures at all.
Well, everything you said is true. To be honest, I won't be surprised if this phenomenon becomes a nation or globe-wide panic, because it started this morning around the Yellowstone area and surrounding areas, but now, robberies and high temperatures are occurring all over the state of Wyoming.
I can tell this is going to become a rising heat situation. May God help us all. So, what's going on with this lost child and everything?
Well, I found out that your friend Officer Dan found the child, and is currently taking him back to the police station.
Officer Dan found him? Well, hopefully, nothing goes wrong.
Yeah, hopefully nothing else weird or crazy happens. Cole, if you apparently think you're able to predict the future, do you think this child is capable of something harmful or life-threatening?
Well, there were a bunch of robberies reported shortly when this child was first reported, which was in the woods near Yellowstone National Park. The robberies that were first reported were also not too far from where the child was first reported. Honestly, I feel like both the child and the robberies are connected. With that in mind, the temperatures were beginning to rise around the same time the robberies took place. So, we have robberies being reported in neighborhoods and towns around Wyoming, the temperatures are rising, and shortly after both of these things, we have a lost child found in the woods. Honestly, I feel like the child is responsible for both of these things, and I think this child is a threat to life. I say we should kill the kid as soon as possible. We could just be one emergency situation away from something catastrophic. I actually heard that one of the officers, I think the one was Zach, wanted to adopt this kid. Now, I have one question. What the frick is his problem? Why would he want to adopt a child he knows nothing about? A child that is not even identified yet? This guy is frickin' crazy.
Well, I'm a friend of Officer Zach and he's been telling me how much he's been wanting to be a father, but his wife didn't want to go through the whole experience with giving birth to a child and going into labor and stuff.
What bothers me the most is that everyone is denying me. I called my friend Officer Dan to just kill this kid if he found him because I believe this kid is a threat, but he didn't listen. He told me the child is being subject to adoption. Adoption my butt, no child who is a threat to life is qualified for adoption.
Cole, I think you should calm down a bit. How do we know this kid is a threat? We know nothing about him. Maybe Officer Zach wanting to adopt this kid is a sign that maybe the child is not a threat.
But what this officer doesn't know is that he's probably about to adopt a monster. This is Officer Dan. We have the child with no family in custody, and we're heading towards the station right now. We found him in some abandoned cabin just outside the woods. He seemed to be calm when taking him, so he may not be hostile towards human life, but he hasn't shown any signs of peace or anything like that yet. What the frick? Gosh, help me. Ow, 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 my foot. I can feel it. What the literal crap? Bro, I wish you were here with me now. You will not believe what I'm seeing right now. Call an ambulance now. I repeat, call an ambulance now. Also, the child has been taken away by these weird-looking entities. We need backup now.
Goodbye, Scary Larry. Stay safe tonight. Well, I guess the night is over. Well, I guess the night is over. Sucks that his parents wanted him home early, but maybe it for the best. I might as well watch the news and see what's going on involving this lost child.
Back to the Emergency News Network. We have some crazy news right now. Over the past hour, the child who has no family has been rescued by the police, and he was taken into custody. However, things went horribly wrong when the child began going crazy in the police car, somehow causing the officer to crash into an abandoned building, causing a massive pile-up. The child was then taken away by some entities that also killed the police officers in the car. These entities are the ones that were destroying houses and causing a bunch of mayhem across the state of Wyoming. It is unknown where the entities are and where they took the kid, but the Federal Emergency Management Agency, as well as police, are searching for the child and the entities. It's not exactly sure if the child and the entities are necessarily connected, however. Do not attempt to search for these entities, as these entities are considered to be hostile. Right now, the Federal Emergency Management Agency advises civilians to stay in their homes, and if necessary, shelter in place. To shelter in place, follow these instructions. Stay in your homes, lock all doors and windows, block any and all entrances, close all fireplace dampers, and stay updated by keeping radios and TVs on this station or channel for further information. 911 services are currently not available at this time. Man, this is truly insane. The situation is slowly beginning to escalate, and I have a feeling all hell will break loose soon because these weird entities are roaming around the state of Wyoming. Even though the entities are nowhere to be found, as well as the child, it is unknown if they actually left, or if they're still roaming around the state. It is best to stay indoors and to not come in contact with the outside world, as it is considered dangerous at this time. Remain tuned to the Emergency News Network, as well as other news stations providing news and information on the situation for further information.
Oh my gosh. I gonna call my parents right now. Come on, answer. Why aren't they answering? This is something very serious. Well, I guess there's no pizza tonight. I gonna head to bed.
Hey Jake, what is happening?
Hey Zach, you won't believe what happened last night. So we were searching for the kid, and Officer Dan found him. As he was taking him back here, he all of a sudden made a loud noise, causing him to lose control of the car and crash into a building. And holy crap, this sounds crazy, but Officer Dan then goes on saying that some demonic creatures ended up taking the kid away. Zach, I think this kid that you apparently want to adopt is under demonic control of some sort. And he's already now considered a threat to all life because Officer Dan is currently fighting for his life in the hospital.
I wanted a child. This was my chance to finally have a child. To finally be a father.
Look, Zach.
I wanted to be a frickin' father. Why should this happen to me?
Look, Zach, I'm sorry about this, but maybe it is not the time for you both to have kids yet.
That should be my decision.
Look, Zach.
No one tells me when that time comes. It is my life. I decide when we have kids and when we don't. I want a frickin' child. Give me a frickin' child.
Zach, you are going crazy right now. You should probably take the day off.
I said what I do is what I decide. Get out of my frickin' room right now. What a nice day I had from work. I need to remember where I parked my car at.
Come on, Joe, let's get out of here.
But why?
There's no time to explain. The child who has no family has been rescued by the police, and he was taken into custody. However, things went horribly wrong when the child began going crazy in the police car, somehow causing the officer to crash into an abandoned building, causing a massive pile-up. The child was then taken away by some entities that also killed the police officers in the car. These entities are the ones that were destroying houses and causing a bunch of mayhem across the state of Wyoming. It is unknown where the entities are and where they took the kid, but the Federal Emergency Management Agency, as well as police, are searching for the child and the entities. It's not exactly sure if the child and the entities are necessarily connected, however.
I knew it. I darn well knew it. I definitely know now that this kid is a threat to all life.
Yep, the child was taken away by some demonic entities, leaving Officer Dan very injured.
There were even some demonic creatures that took the child away. I'm now getting this feeling that the child is connected to these demonic creatures as well. Well, I think I can already conclude that this child is responsible for the robberies. Maybe even the rising temperatures. You know, I suggested that the officers just kill the boy. I called my friend Officer Dan to just kill this boy if he found him. He didn't listen, and now he's fighting for his life in the hospital. Honestly, I think he is at this final moment, because from what his parents told me, he was injured very badly, and already lost a lot of blood from the car crash.
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't think Officer Dan is going to survive this one. He's been through so many collisions, but none of them were as bad as this one was.
Mike, I gotta be honest with you. After what happened with Officer Dan, I can safely say that something demonic is happening right now. I don't know what it is, but I don't think the state of Wyoming is safe right now.
Wait, what was that?
Mike, check it out.
Okay. Whoa, who are you?
What happened?
Cole, I think you should come out here.
Who in the world are you?
I don't know who or what this thing is, but just know it's not hostile at all.
Hi you both. I am the ghost of someone named Joe. He was killed in a car accident last night, along with someone named Scary Larry. I came from the grave to warn you guys about something horrible that's about to happen. I am here to warn you about the upcoming disaster that the world is about to experience.
Wait, what are you saying exactly?
What I'm saying is that you guys are in grave danger. Everyone is. It's not just Wyoming. It will be the whole world.
Dude.
The world is in danger, and will be under the control of W31.
Dude, who the heck is W31?
It won't be long until W31 releases its wrath on humanity. The wrath has already begun. There is nothing you or anyone else can do to prevent it. Also, we have reason to believe that this state, Wyoming, will be the first to experience the wrath of W31. It will later on spread into the rest of the United States. And then, the world. It started with the robberies across the state, the rising temperatures, and tonight when the demonic monsters took away the kid, and it will continue with the power outage, a small wildfire will form, and more demonic entities spreading into the United States. The events that have happened and will happen in this state will happen in other states across the United States, causing this to become a national statewide emergency. It will be so bad, humanity will have already been doomed to be extinct. We cannot help you, as we can do nothing to protect this planet from the wrath of W31. W31 is way more powerful than us, and can completely wipe us out of existence in just less than a second. Take action, run away, and survive. Hurry! Do not waste time, because Halloween this year is going to be the apocalypse no man has ever predicted. The apocalypse no man will be able to withstand. The apocalypse, where humanity will have to fight for their lives, but won't achieve anything. This will be the last time you'll see us. Goodbye, humans.
Wait, come back, come back. Who is W31?
I have no idea what that was, but I'm starting to question if what I just saw was even real.
Mike? That was probably the creepiest thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, what the heck was that?
I never even heard of this W31 thing.
Who is W31? You know, if there is something demonic going on here, I think this, W31, might be this threat.
Hey Nathan, we need to talk.
Hello, Officer David. What's up?
Nathan, we need to talk.
What about?
Listen, we are all in danger right now. The state of Wyoming is in serious danger. There's so much going on, I don't think we can stay here for much longer.
Yeah, I'm aware about everything that's happening across the state of Wyoming. To be honest, I feel like we're about to experience something demonic.
I'm just speaking personally, but I think it's best if we evacuate the state of Wyoming immediately. I don't think it's gonna get any better here, so I don't see any point in just staying here.
Yeah, I don't see this getting any better either.
I'm just speaking personally, but I think it's best if we evacuate the state of Wyoming immediately.
Well, if that's what you think we should do, then let's do it. I just hope my wife agrees with me. I don't know how she'll feel about evacuating her hometown. You should probably notify your wife about this too, because like mine, yours might find the idea of evacuating too much for her.
Please, honey, you better agree.
Sir, look behind you.
Oh, what the fuck is that?
Holy crap.
Oh frick.
Dad, me and Mike saw something in our room. It was literally a ghost of someone named Joan or something. He was telling us about something that humanity is about to experience. He said something like the wrath of W31. Dad, please come home right now, because me and Mike are super scared right now, and we have a bad feeling about what may happen next. You were stuck in Florida. What do you mean, you were stuck in Florida? All the flights got cancelled. So you can't drive home. Wait, they won't let people out of the state. Why not? Oh gosh. Okay, I'll tell Mike about this. Call us back, okay? Okay, thank you. Bye. Mike, guess what?
What's up, Cole? What happened?
All his flights got delayed, and the entire state of Florida is being told to not leave the state.
What? Why in the world would the state pretty much lock itself down when this phenomenon is only occurring here and not on the other side of the country?
All his flights got delayed, and the entire state of Florida is being told to not leave the state, as this phenomenon, whatever it is beginning to spread to other states. The events that are currently happening here in Wyoming are beginning to occur in other states.
But, would it really spread nationwide or globally?
You know, I think that Ghost is right about the future, because he said something like, the phenomenon will spread into other states or something, and so far he's correct about that, because the phenomenon is beginning to spread into other states. Mike, I say we should stay at a friend's house for tonight, because I don't think it's safe to stay here by ourselves right now.
Yeah, I think you're right. I'm with you on this one.
I hear something outside the house. Is there somebody there? I hear something outside the house. Mom? Dad? Are you both home? Is there somebody there? Is there somebody there? I hear something outside the house. Mom? Dad? Are you both home? I hear something outside. I hear something outside. What? Who is at the door? Call and Mike.
Hey Isaac.
How are you both doing?
Yeah, me and Mike are super scared right now, and our dad isn't coming home tonight. He's stuck in Florida and he says he won't be able to come home until this phenomenon ends, and only God knows if and when it will.
It's kinda weird how it's so windy tonight. The weather didn't say it would be this windy tonight. If this has something to do with whatever this phenomenon is, I'm gonna be freaked out.
Oh yeah, I heard about everything that going on. This is really getting weird and serious, and I think it is starting to spread into other states.
We both figured it wasn't safe to stay home by ourselves, so we were wondering if we could stay with you and your family.
Sure, you both can stay with me. My parents are currently not here right now. They were supposed to get me and Scary Larry pizza, but they've been gone for more than 3 hours. I pray that my parents are not in any form of danger.
Hopefully they come home soon, because we both are super scared about what may happen next. Based on what we know about this phenomenon, and what's been happening since the beginning, I can only predict the worst coming.
Yeah, I'm pretty nervous about it too.
Thanks for allowing us to stay with you.
No problem, you both. You know, I actually glad you both came over, because Scary Larry had to get home because his parents wanted him home early, and my parents are not home yet. With everything going on, it makes me feel a bit scared to be alone right now. So yeah, thank you both for coming.
Hopefully they come home soon, because we both are super scared about what may happen next.
I hope the same, guys.
Based on what we know about this phenomenon, and what's been happening since the beginning, I can only predict the worst coming.
Hey you both, why don't we play video games to take our minds off of what's happening right now?
Good idea. Let's do it.
Civil danger warning. The following message is transmitted at the request of the governor of the state of Wyoming. Residents across the state should prepare for a power outage for their location. A power outage started in the northern part of Wyoming.
Oh
This
no,
power
a
outage
power
is believed
outage.
to be caused by the entity, which is appearing and disappearing across the state,
Isaac,
but it cannot
don't
be
you have a
confirmed at this
generator
time.
somewhere in your
The
basement?
entity has disappeared,
Maybe use
and
it
the
to
child
generate
is also
power.
nowhere to be found. As a result of this, it is believed that the child and the entity are somehow connected. This is not confirmed at this time, so do not listen or spread these rumors. Rumors are also saying that everything that happened today, the child, the entity, and the rising heat are all somehow connected. Again, none of this is confirmed at this time, so do not panic or spread any panic. Do not start any rumors about the child or the entity. Anyone who violates this order will be arrested and banned from all sources of internet until all information is completely investigated. For now, residents who still have power should get a generator to generate power, or should do the old-fashioned way when the power goes out, which I strongly discourage. The entire state of Wyoming is expected to be powerless by tomorrow morning at 3 a.m. Pacific Time. It is unknown when the power will come back once it goes out, but it could be up to 5 hours. Stay tuned to the station for more information and updates on this strange situation.
Isaac, don't you have a generator somewhere in your basement? Maybe use it to generate power.
Where the heck is the generator? I sure Mom and Dad put it somewhere in here. Where the heck is the generator? Oh, here we go. Hello? Anyone down here? What the heck is in this house? Hello? Anyone down here? Mom? Dad?
Isaac,
What?
are you okay down there?
Oh, sorry, I starting up the generator.
Come on, hurry it up. Be careful down there.
Okay, coming up now.
The following message is transmitted at the request of the Federal Emergency Management Agency. For the past couple of hours, a lot of people across the United States began to faint for an unexplained cause. The people who fainted have not been reported to have woken up, and it is believed that the fainted people fell into a coma, but it cannot be confirmed at this time. Residents across the United States should stay indoors, as the people who fainted were outside, and staying in your home might increase your chances of not fainting and going into a coma. It is also not confirmed if this relates to the phenomenon, but the possibility of it being related to the phenomenon is really high. Stay indoors, because if you faint, you may not wake up. Stay tuned to this station for more information on this dangerous situation.
The following message is transmitted at the request of the United States government. The entity that was first reported in the state of Wyoming has been discovered in all 50 U.S. states overnight. The signs that the entity was at a location was the destruction occurred in the areas where the entity passed by. Many neighborhoods, small towns, and even some large cities have been heavily annihilated, and many people who were in these areas were severely injured and killed. In addition, a small fire has started at Mount Liberty in New Hampshire due to what has been confirmed to be caused by the entity, and it is spreading around the area. The state of New Hampshire should prepare to evacuate, as the fire can spread to other locations at a fast rate. The child that was reported in Wyoming has now been confirmed to be the entity that is roaming around the United States, destroying areas and burning stock down. This entity is to be avoided at all costs. Do not attempt to approach or fire this entity. You will be killed in less than a minute. As for the rising temperatures, they are continuing to rise slowly, and some reports came in about a small fire forming in the woods somewhere in the northeastern United States. Information about this fire will be broadcasted whenever it is necessary, but this fire doesn't seem to be a threat at this time. A national state of emergency is now in effect. A shelter-in-place warning for the entire United States is now in effect to protect the community from this dangerous entity. If you see this entity in your area, hide immediately and call 911 at a safe location. An underground shelter containing food, water, clothing, medical supplies, phones, chargers, wireless chargers, toiletries, a flashlight, and a battery-powered radio for the duration of this emergency is strongly recommended, as many houses have been burned down and destroyed by this entity. In addition, the people who randomly fainted were reported to be undergoing a transformation and have now woke up, looking like creatures of unknown. They were attacking anyone in their sight. These creatures began to cause major destruction across the United States, mainly large cities, towns, and neighborhoods, including heavily populated areas.
Mike, Cole, pause the game and get down here. It is an emergency.
Isaac, what's wrong? What's happening?
Wyoming might be told to evacuate. This is literally my guess, but based on what the Emergency News Network has been saying about this whole thing, I have a feeling the entire state of Wyoming will eventually be under a mandatory evacuation or even lockdown. Guys, while there are no parents with us right now, we should probably prepare for an evacuation.
I agree with you, Isaac. We should get the crap out of here right now before things get worse.
Come on, let's get going. I don't think we have much time here. Officer? We need help.
Okay, kid, tell me what's wrong?
We trying to evacuate the state because I positive things are about to get crazy soon.
You mean the phenomenon involving some weird child?
But we kinda crashed our car somehow? We need a ride to get out of this place.
Okay, well maybe you guys wait the seconds you crashed the car. Dude, do you even have your license?
Oh, Hey guys, do any of you guys got a license at all?
No.
No, I don't.
Not that I know of.
Bro, what do you guys do all day, huh?
You know what, it doesn't really matter right now, we have bigger problems going on right now. Not to mention I honestly don't give a crap about my job right now and I don't feel like doing it.
Wait, you a police officer? What do you mean you don't feel like doing your job?
It's called depression, kid.
Really? Wow, I don't think I ever seen a police officer so depressed he not willing to do his job.
You know what I never heard of? Someone who is more annoying than annoying. Orange.
Wow, he got me there. Look, this phenomenon is going to get worse later on for all we know, and there's no way we can just walk. Can you please give us a ride if you heading out of Wyoming? Or are you too depressed to drive?
Well, if I'm too depressed to drive, why don't you? Oh wait, you can't, because you crashed a car and you don't even have your license yet. Any volunteers to drive? That's what I thought. Alright, with that aside, get in the car now. We're leaving Wyoming, no stops.
But sir, I need to pee.
Well, that ain't my problem. I was actually going to evacuate the state myself because I'm hearing a bunch of crazy stuff going on around here. I decided it would be best to evacuate the state before anything else weird happens.
Man, I feel like I'm being arrested right now.
After the way you mocked me just now, I would love to arrest you right now.
Officer, whatever your name is, drive away now. Okay, so do you know about this phenomenon and what it exactly is?
Well, all I know is that a child was found in the woods yesterday. He killed Officer Dan and was taken away by some demonic creatures or something, and now all hell is breaking loose right now. That's pretty much all I know. Also, Wyoming is completely out of electricity.
So there are demonic entities and creatures roaming around Wyoming and surrounding states, and they seem to be connected to a single child? That sounds pretty weird if you ask me. Okay, so where are we going?
I sadly don't know that.
This officer is so depressed he doesn't even have a plan to get us to safety.
Holy moly, I'm gonna go crazy if you say that one more time.
Okay, I just joking, bro.
Holy crap, that was insane. Holy crap, that was insane.
Okay everyone, we're out of the neighborhood now, so hopefully we don't run into any more trouble. Listen, everyone should just stay calm.
Yet, I don't see how we can remain calm during a time like this. I'm literally in extreme panic mode.
Dude, I bet there's a freaking dragon or something flying right on top of us.
Dude, I think you're right. And I really wish you weren't. Holy crap, his breath smells so bad.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm in the back seat.
Yeah kid, you should be glad, because if you were up front here I'd put duct tape over your mouth because you clearly don't know how to keep it shut.
Can you guys just quit arguing and pay attention? We're literally about to die here.
Somebody do something.
Guys, just hold on tight. Hey, be careful kid. Guys, we're falling. Okay everyone, just remain calm. It can't get any worse than this, right? Oh crap, I might have just jinxed it. Everybody remain calm.
Guys, it's starting to flood in here. Guys, we need to get out of here.
Everybody remain calm.
No, we clearly cannot remain calm, because we are about to drown here.
Well, what else do you want me to say, huh? He's nuts.
Guys, we don't have time for joking right now.
Says the one who said he was just joking around with this officer's depression.
Oh, shut up. Just shut up.
Okay, you kids are so messed up.
Guys, we are so screwed right now.
Oh man, the water is actually rising quite fast.
What are we gonna do?
Officer, what are we gonna do?
Oh man, we're going up. Guys, we're gonna drown. Go into panic.
Oh gosh, no, no,
Everybody
no.
panic. We're gonna die.
No, 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 no.
Come on, officer. Help me out here. I'm gonna try to break the window.
Oh man, the seat won't break off. Hey, you both help us out here.
Oh no, it won't break off. Oh no, it won't break off. Guys.
Wait, what is that?
Guys, we better hurry and get out of here. Whatever it is, it doesn't look friendly. It saw us. It's coming right towards us.
This is not good.
Brace yourselves.
Everybody swim.
Let's get out of here through the window this creature broke through.
Everybody swim. I can't take this anymore.
Officer, are you okay?
Officer, watch out.
Guys, swim. Crap.
Holy crap, everybody
Crap. Wow, that was a close one. Well, at least we aren't in the middle of it. Come on guys, let's find a cave to hide in so that no more monsters will find us.
Mike, I have to say this, it is unbelievable that we actually survived all that.
I know, right, Isaac?
Once we fell into the water, I was kinda expecting for my life to just end right there. Stuck in that car. Drowning in those deep waters, along with some creature almost killing us. Man, what a scene.
Me and Cole just can't get over the whole thing involving that creature in the water. I have no idea what it was, but it was definitely not friendly and definitely tried to kill us.
But now that we all are alive, right here and now, I think we all need an idea about what the heck is going on here. This doesn't make any sense. First, a child was found lost in the woods, and cops tried to take him in, but then he goes crazy, and is taken away by these entities. A power outage occurred, and then all this. Maybe the officer might have an answer for us.
I hope he does. Who or whatever is responsible for all this probably is not done with us yet, so we should be on a lookout for anything suspicious until this phenomenon, somehow, goes away, which I don't think it will just go away.
Officer? I need to understand what exactly is going on here right now. Hey officer? What wrong? You seem upset.
Yeah, I am kinda upset. Not at you, but at life in general. I'm gonna tell you something about my life and why I'm so upset. What's your name?
My name is Isaac. The two other guys that came with us are Mike and Cole.
Okay, Isaac. So the reason I feel so sad is that I wanted kids for a long time, but my wife didn't want to go through the process of giving birth to a child. She doesn't want to feel the pain when the baby is coming out of the womb. Honestly, I can't really blame her, but I know so far that is the only way we can really have kids. I tried asking her about it, but she just prefers to adopt a child. The only problem is, every child we tried to adopt always disrespected us, so we gave up on adoption. My wife finally concluded that we were probably not meant to have kids. That made me so sad. Then, when the child was found in the woods yesterday, I got a strong feeling that the time for us to have kids was finally here. Sadly, happiness just doesn't last for long. This child is obviously related to something demonic, and is being taken as a threat. With that, I'm now back to my depressed self. Why? Why does this have to happen to me? What have I done to deserve this? But yeah, that's why I'm so sad.
I'm so sorry, officer. Well, me, Cole, and Mike are underage, so maybe if we work together to find safety, you'll have a taste of what it's like to raise kids.
I'm not trying to be offensive or anything, but you all are teens. The best part of raising kids is the part one won't be able to experience.
Well, you got a point there, but it's better than nothing, I will say, however.
Well, you're right about that. That makes me somewhat better. Speaking of safety, I have a plan on what to do.
Oh, we have a plan? Niece.
Depression overcomer. Let's go, bro.
Wait, officer, you have a plan? Tell us your plan.
And no, I wouldn't say any depression jokes.
Yeah, you better not. Hey Mike and Cole, I'm glad you both are here. So here's what we're gonna do. Right now, we're inside of a cave that we randomly found, so hopefully no monsters will find us or whatever the heck these things are. Therefore, we are going to get some sleep here so we'll be ready for tomorrow. I know, it's gonna be hard to sleep, but what choice do we have?
Well, you are not wrong there.
So tomorrow, we're going to head to the eastern United States, where there are shelters being provided for the people. The shelter in particular we are going to is in Florida. Maybe we can take a train or something to get to the shelters.
I like trains.
Since the sky is obviously dangerous, and I don't think us driving a car to Florida will do us any good. We don't even have a car also, so yeah, I think a train is our best option. Everyone be up at 7 in the morning, because we are leaving no later than 7:15.
Okay, sounds good.
Ah man, tomorrow is going to be a long day.
The following message is transmitted at the request of the United States government. This is not a test. I repeat, this is not a test. The creatures have spread throughout the entire United States, including Central America. Many people have been attacked, killed and attacked by these creatures, as well as fainting when going through these transformations. Extreme damage has also been reported across the United States. These creatures are beginning to spread into Canada, and they are trying to learn to swim. This is a very life-threatening situation and must not be ignored for any reason. All residents across the United States are ordered to get into an underground shelter immediately. Do not wait to see or hear these creatures. Get underground immediately. Do not let anyone into your shelter. Turn off all lights in your shelter. Block any and all possible entrances. Make sure to take food, water, clothing, medical supplies, phones, chargers, and a battery-powered radio with extra batteries until further notice. Do not hesitate to protect yourself and others. The Federal Emergency Management Agency, as well as the United States government, will continue to investigate any new information and updates about the current situation. This station will continue to give out any information when it becomes available. Please stay tuned to this station for more information and updates on this dangerous situation.
The following message is transmitted at the request of the United States Police Department and the United States government. This is not a test, I repeat, this is not a test. This is an update regarding the child that has been causing massive destruction around the entire USA and the East American continent. However, after trying to identify the kid, it's now finally confirmed that the child is actually not human at all. Because of this, the child is confirmed to be a demon. All residents around the United States, no matter where you are, take shelter now. Do not approach this child, as he's extremely dangerous, and he will kill you in a brutal way, by ripping and sawing the victim with a chainsaw and a bone. However, many reports regarding the demons making a virus and bringing some creatures back from the dead, which are zombie werewolves, and the virus symptoms are unknown, but the name of the virus is already identified as this virus is called the bloody virus, as this virus is extremely deadly. Do not panic. Panicking will only make the situation worse. Stay tuned for more updates regarding this dangerous situation. Wait a minute, oh god no, the jump scare is about to happen again. Please don't jump scare me again. I got my headphones on, so you can't jump scare me. I hope it doesn't jump scare me again. No, don't.
Hey everyone. I guess we all know why we're here. You know, ever since we started fighting back, many people have been killed, beaten and then turned into these monsters, blown up during wars, and the population of the North and South American continent is dropping badly. Just look at this video. The military is beginning to fall. To be honest, fighting back is great, but it's just not going well. Instead of staying in our shelters, we decided to fight back. Well, I think we need another alternative. I don't know what that alternative is, but all I can really conclude is that fighting back isn't really doing much. We gotta do more than just fight. Anyone have any ideas on what we could do in addition to fighting back?
I'm gonna be brutally honest with you. Fighting back is all we can do. And if that's not working, I don't know what will. All we can really do is continue what we are doing, and pray that some kind of miracle will happen. Although, I will say, I have a strong feeling that the more we fight back, the worse W31 will become. We just need to be ready for the future, because anything could happen.
The entities and the child are to be terminated immediately. Refusal to terminate the infected, as well as the entities and the child, will result in loss of life or other life-threatening consequences. Do not hesitate. If you do, it may be too late. One demon is considered life-threatening to all. The following message is transmitted at the request of the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, and the United States government. The child, which was now confirmed to be a demon, has created this extremely deadly and dangerous virus that quickly spread across the entire United States in the past 24 hours. This past day, people were sending emails to the Emergency News Network headquarters about a strange and deadly virus being discovered across the entire United States. This virus is known as the bloody virus. Its symptoms are unknown, other than the following: extreme sore throats, as if glass was inside your throat, cutting your skin, earthquake vomiting, including, but not limited to, body parts, blood, and guts, balloon popping eyes, a demonic voice, and loss of your entire brain. If you get this virus, you will experience all symptoms for 5 to 10 hours. After that, you go into a coma, which seems to last for a couple of days to weeks. Once you wake up, you become a demon, under the control of this evil, demon-like child. This demon-like child is still not really identified yet, but once more information about this child comes in, it will be broadcasted on all news stations. To protect yourself from this virus, residents should continue to shelter in place, and to practice proper hygienes, such as washing your hands, or covering your cough or sneeze. It is recommended to wear a mask to cover your face. Prevent yourself from touching your face with your hands. Welcome back to the Emergency News Network. Here are more updates and information about the phenomenon. The entities continue to cause mayhem to the United States, and have now spread across Canada and northern Central America. The bloody virus has also spread across the entire North American continent, and is beginning to spread into the South American continent. Many deaths, injuries, infections and transformations have occurred as a result of this massive widespread. Reports from residents across the United States came in about them coming in contact with a child, now known as W31. The child, which is now known as W31, was the cause of the power outage that occurred just yesterday in Wyoming, along with the entities currently attacking the United States, and the bloody virus. W31 was the cause of everything that had been going on across the North American continent, with the help of the entities he created. As a result of this life-threatening situation, the military has got involved in the extermination of these entities, along with the zombie Wendigos and W31. However, the military claims that they may not be able to exterminate W31 and his entities due to them being non-human. W31 is a demon and his entities are likely demons or some other kind of hostile spirits, and the military claims that they do not have the weaponry or the material needed to exterminate spirits at this time. However, the search for this type of weaponry is in progress right now. The entities, along with the zombie Wendigos, are expected to make a massive widespread in a couple of hours according to reports from civil authorities, but it cannot be confirmed at this time. If this widespread does occur, the entire North American continent is expected to be overrun by the entities and the zombie Wendigos. All residents across the North American continent are ordered to shelter in place immediately. An underground shelter containing food, water, clothing, medical supplies, phones, chargers, toiletries, and anything necessary for the duration of this emergency is strongly recommended. It is unknown how long this crisis will last though, but we are hoping this whole thing will be over in the next 2 months. This is literally just a random guess, so don't be surprised if this situation ends up lasting longer than expected. Residents across the North American continent should follow the instructions given from the proper authorities. Do not follow any instructions given from hijacked alerts, as it can and will result in certain death. Shelter in place immediately, as the zombie Wendigos and our entities may not be far from you. If you hear the roars of these demons, hide yourself somehow. Immediately cut off all ties with any and all infected, including, but not limited to, family, friends, and pets. Avoid any and all zombie Wendigos and W31 entities. Healing of the sick is not possible, and should not be attempted by any means, as it will result in failure, and is putting your life at risk. Remain calm, as panicking will only decrease your chances of survival. This station will continue to provide news and information once it becomes available. the entities have spread across the entire North American continent. The entities continuously attacked and killed many people as a result. Many people have also fallen into a coma, and went through the demon transformation. Extreme damage has also occurred across the North American continent. Also, the zombie Wendigos that were first reported in the western United States have spread across the entire United States, and have spread into Canada and Central America. They are continuing to spread further, causing the situation to escalate. These zombie Wendigos are really fast, and they will kill and annihilate anyone they see. These zombie Wendigos were produced by W31, and more zombie Wendigos are spawning every hour, causing the situation to worsen. Hawaii has also been reported to have been completely blown up by missiles that were launched by W31. Basically, Hawaii doesn't really exist anymore. The United States now only has 49 states now. Don't even start laughing, cause this crap ain't funny. Anyways, it is unknown if W31 will launch more of these missiles, but we are literally on our knees in prayer that he doesn't. It is still unknown what W31 is plotting exactly with all of these monsters he created, but for right now, residents across the North American continent should follow the instructions given from the emergency update. Many new zombie Wendigos and the entities have spawned in just a few seconds. It is expected for the zombie Wendigos and the entities to make another widespread shortly. Remain calm, as panicking will only decrease your chances of survival. The chance of this phenomenon spreading across the entire planet is extremely high.
The following message is transmitted at the request of the National Guard and the United States government. At around 5:52 a.m. Eastern Time, there have been many reports came up about some creatures in the ocean. These creatures look like a shark, but on fire. These creatures are called fire sharks. These sharks are extremely dangerous, and should not be approached at all cost. All residents are advised to seek shelter now. Bring food, water, clothing, medical supplies, phones, chargers, and a battery power or hand crank radio with extra batteries. Do not go outside at all costs. Stay tuned for more updates of this dangerous situation. Wait a minute, oh no, the creatures are coming back, and they are killing someone next door. I need to get out of there as soon as possible. I'm going to get out alive. I hope you have a good life. I'll see you at the end of this, or in heaven.
Wanna see my head come off?
We just entered the state of Colorado. We will take a rest in Denver.
Oh man, my legs and feet are just dead right now. I'm literally about to crash. I'm so tired of walking.
Come on guys, I know we all are sick of walking, but what choice do we have? Okay everyone, we need to have a little chat about what's going on here. Where's Isaac?
He's in the store. My guess is that he's stealing a bunch of food and crap.
Well, okay then. I guess we'll wait for him.
Hey guys, sorry I took so long.
Isaac, what took you so long?
Bro, what took you so long?
Well, I just could and decide what type of candy to get.
Well, congratulations for finally deciding, as well as wasting a lot of time. Who knows how much valuable time we just wasted while we could have been planning our route and maybe even finding a car to steal that isn't broken.
We were waiting here for like 15 minutes for you.
Look guys, I'm back now, so now we can talk about what gonna happen.
Isaac, you're gonna get sick, bro.
You know what? Let's just pray you don't get diabetes from all that crap you have there. Okay, so in case I didn't tell ya all my name yet, my name is Officer Zach. Feel free to call me Zach if you desire. Okay, so I was on my computer while we were sitting here, trying to figure out what was going on here, and it said that child that I wanted to adopt was actually a demon, associated with other demonic monsters and creatures, and this child is now known as W31.
W31? That's a weird name.
Weird name, I know. I didn't name this child.
I wonder what the W stands for, if anything.
Anyways, W31 was responsible for everything that happened back in Wyoming. This also includes the monsters that are roaming around the United States.
Holy crap, that is just insane. This is definitely some freaky crap here.
There's also a virus spreading around the North American continent, and it is known as the bloody virus. So just like we did with COVID-19, practice proper hygiene, such as washing your hands after touching stuff, and covering your cough or sneeze.
Holy crap, that is just insane. This is definitely some freaky crap here.
I agree, this entire event has gone on for long enough, and it needs to stop now.
I definitely agree with you there. Honestly, there's no reason why to disagree with that.
You know guys, I've actually been thinking about something very disturbing. Y'all know Halloween is coming up, right? Since this situation started, like less than 2 weeks away from Halloween, I have a feeling that something really bad will happen on that day. However, something else calms me down. Maybe this cataclysmic phenomenon will go away after Halloween. Because the time of horror pretty much ends after Halloween, maybe this nightmare will end too. This is just some guess, but to me it kinda makes sense, right?
Honestly, there's no reason why to disagree with that. I mean, if Halloween was the endpoint for this event, it probably should have happened earlier or after Halloween.
With all that aside, we're going to head to the eastern United States, where there are shelters being provided for the people. The shelter in particular we are going to is in Florida. Maybe we can take a train or something to get to the shelters.
I like trains.
Since the sky is obviously dangerous, and I don't think us driving a car to Florida will do us any good. We don't even have a car also, so yeah, I think a train is our best option. With all that aside, there is one more train leaving the state of Colorado for the shelters in the eastern United States, so we can't miss it. Otherwise, we'll have to drive, and holy crap, that will be a pain in the butt to do. I'm not sure when it's leaving, but it could be in the next 5 hours. Therefore, we need to find a car to break into with the keys, and now.
Then we need to get out of here right now.
Come on, everyone, we gotta get going. Okay guys, I see a car over here. Let me try to open it. Hey guys, it's unlocked. Finally, we found a car that's oh my freaking gosh.
Holy crap, what the frick is that?
Holy guts, let's not try to picture what happened here.
Oh my gosh.
Guys, just get in the car and close your eyes. Oh man, I'm never gonna forget what I saw.
Just drive away, I can't look at this.
Officer Zach, let's drive out of here.
Oh what the? This car is almost out of gas. Hey guys, we need to stop for gas real quick. Just don't look outside because there are dead bodies all over the place. This is gonna be tough. Oh yeah, I forgot to say, The train leaves at 5 p.m. Right now it is 1:13 p.m., so we got like 3.5 hours to go. Okay guys, since that last gas station didn't have any gas for some reason, I'll check the store to see if there happened to be gas here. I kinda doubt, but it's worth the check. We seriously need this car.
Be careful, Zach.
Oh man, it's empty in here. That's a bad sign. Oh shoot. Holy frick. Goodbye, scummy frick. I have a brand new attitude and I'm wearing it right now, so do not frick with me. Okay, there was sadly no gas that I found, but you know what, we will refill later. I really don't want to do it here because there are dead bodies everywhere. What I saw in the store disgusted me, so let's just get out of here and never come back. The silent treatment, huh? Well, I can't blame you really. I'm actually surprised that I can even talk after almost dying back there. Oh man, I hope W31 is defeated soon.
Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet?
Oh my gosh, I told you guys a million times we're not there yet.
But Zach, are we there yet?
Isaac, shut it. Man, now I know why your parents are not so responsible for you. I mean, who can bear to even handle such kids like Okay, I went a little too far there. My fault, but please stop talking and let me drive in peace. Alright, guys, our train should be here any minute. I'm not sure how long we'll be on the train, but my best guess is about a day long. We all got snacks and everything?
I think we all prepared for the ride now.
If you don't have anything, now is your chance to go nuts, because once the train leaves, it likely won't stop.
I think we all prepared for the ride now.
Hey guys, I hear a train coming. I think it's ours. Let's get the frick out of here right now.
Oh man, I pray that W31 is stopped soon, because if he not, we so done for.
The following message is transmitted at the request of the alien detector. At 4:38 p.m., NASA has detected some UFO approach the planet. These UFOs are working for W31, so they're dangerous. In addition, the large pumpkin is halfway finished, so please stay in your shelter at all costs. Bring anything you need to survive, and seek shelter now. Stay tuned for more updates of this.
Honda, you can do whatever you want, but no matter what you do, you will never escape the wrath of W31. Welcome to hell.
At the request of the United States government, NASA, and the Federal Emergency Management Agency. Due to failed efforts to stop W31 and his minions, this mass is beginning to spread into the Atlantic and Pacific Ocean and beyond. In addition, the creatures that are called fire sharks began eating boats and ships that have attempted to evacuate the United States. As a result, getting across the ocean is considered impossible, as fire sharks are all over the 7 seas. Obviously these fire sharks were created by W31, so I guess that can immediately explain why the fires on the sharks aren't going out because of the water. In fact, the fires are actually causing the ocean temperature to increase, making the water really hot. At this point, sailing is considered impossible without the boat burning up, or if fireproof, it will be eaten by a fire shark. The bloody virus is also beginning to spread in all 4 directions. Cases of infections have been reported in Europe and Africa. As a result, a global emergency action notification is confirmed to happen in the next 2 to 4 hours. The entities and zombie wendigos are expected to reach the continents of Europe and Africa within the next 12 hours. The United Nations are currently setting up emergencies in the areas that will soon be affected by this event. Because the zombie wendigos are fireproof, attempting to start a fire will obviously not do any good. Military forces have fallen, and the President of the United States was found dead in a car that crashed into a telephone pole due to what authorities believe to be an attack of zombie wendigos. Also, the moon has turned green due to a green fire that started because of W31. If you are currently not in any form of shelter, get to one as soon as possible. Shelter in place immediately. I repeat, shelter in place immediately. If you hear the roars of these demons, hide yourself somehow immediately. Cut off all ties with any and all infected, including, but not limited to, family, friends, and pets. Do not attempt to heal the sick, as the infected are incurable. The infected are no longer considered human. I repeat, the infected are no longer considered human. Seek shelter immediately, and abandon the infected. They are no longer considered human. They cannot be cured. Abandon the infected. Do not hesitate. If you do, it may be too late. We will continue to provide news and information, as well as updates relating to the situation for as long as possible.
Welcome to the BBC News Network, with your host, Eric. So right now, we just got word that there has been a report of an unknown robot that was seen attacking the human race. This robot is confirmed to be named V, from the murder drones video, and also there are also many reports of a stickman and a skeleton attacking the human race. The stickman is now be identified as Carlos. Carlos is a dangerous stickman, and should be avoided at all cost. Carlos looks like a stickman with sharp teeth, black solely sides, red pupils, and bleeding blood from the eyes, and the characteristics of the skeleton is that it has black clothing and with the red bloody creepy smile. We will show you the skeleton what he looks like right now, but please stay safe, and stay tuned for more updates of this dangerous situation. Wait, hold on, oh my god, I can see Carlos and he's staring at me in a creepy way. I need to get out of here.
The following message is transmitted at the request of the United States government. Multiple reports came in about this massive robot, named V, attacking the human race, and destroying everything in its path. This robot, named V, is from the murder drone video. There have also been many reports about a stickman, along with a skeleton, attacking people who have not sheltered in place, and they are also breaking into underground shelters to kill more people. The stickman has been identified as Carlos. Carlos is a dangerous stickman, with sharp teeth, red pupils, and bleeding blood from the eyes. This stickman should be avoided by all means. The characteristics of the skeleton include black clothing, and a bloody creepy smile. Carlos has killed Eric, who was announcing this on a BBC News report just a few hours ago. Due to military forces falling because of the other W31 troops, military forces are unable to find Carlos and the skeleton, as well as V. Obviously, they were created by W31. W31 is still nowhere to be found, but it is still for sure that he's still alive because of the new troops he made in just a matter of time. It is unknown where Carlos and the skeleton is, as well as V. But multiple robots named V have also been found in multiple states across the country. Residents across the entire United States should continue to shelter in place for as long as possible. If you hear a knock on your basement door, do not answer it. It could be the skeleton or Carlos, and they will break into your shelter and kill you and your entire family. These robots are expected to continue causing damage to the country, and if more robots are discovered, another widespread of W31 troops may occur. Remain tuned to the station for further information and updates that we'll try to broadcast. We'll continue to keep the station on the air for as long as possible. Keep in mind that this station may go off the air at any time, so attempt to find other news stations providing news and information on the current situation.
This is too much. W31 has too many monsters, and it's absolutely insane.
Nathan, what are we gonna do? We got UFOs, a stickman named Carlos, and a robot named V. All from W31.
This is too much. W31 has too many monsters, and it's absolutely insane.
This is absolutely insane indeed. What are we gonna do about it?
I'm gonna be brutally honest with you. I think humanity is gonna have a high chance of extinction. We did everything we can to stop W31 and his minions, but it all miserably failed. I say we should just surrender at this point, since fighting back is not helping.
Wait, give up? No, we can't give up now. But giving up means giving up life. The United States is very close to falling, and giving up is your only option?
I'm sorry, but there's really no other choice here. Not to mention the shelters being set up in the eastern United States are starting to be attacked by the demons.
Dude, we gotta do something.
Honestly, there's really nothing else we can do to stop W31 and his minions.
Listen to me, you fathead. We're not giving up.
Get off my desk right now and get out of my room.
Now you better tell that frickin' brain of yours to give you some ideas, other than giving up, or I'm gonna make you regret the day you were born.
What is your problem, dude? Jumping onto my desk and threatening me to do something about it? Get out of here.
Listen to me, you fathead. We're not giving up. And by the way, the fact that you even suggested to give up is just so messed up of you, and I totally hope death is scary for you. Frick you and your family.
Welcome back to the Emergency News Network. Before we broadcast this new update involving W31, we would like to announce that this will be the final broadcast of the Emergency News Network. Because of the current situation taking place across most of the planet, the ENN workers decided to take the appropriate action to protect themselves from W31. Once this broadcast finishes, this station will go off the air. The situation with W31 continues to escalate every day, and hopes are beginning to die out because most of the North American and South American continent are in ruins as a result of W31 massive rampage, creating viruses and demons, robots and skeletons, and all of these crazy monsters that are attacking humanity and killing people in many gruesome ways. Multiple reports came in about this massive robot, named V, attacking the human race, and destroying everything in its path. This robot, named V, is from the murder drone video. There have also been many reports about a stickman, along with a skeleton, attacking people who have not sheltered in place, and they are also breaking into underground shelters to kill more people. The stickman has been identified as Carlos. Carlos is a dangerous stickman, with sharp teeth, red pupils, and bleeding blood from the eyes. This stickman should be avoided by all means. The characteristics of the skeleton include black clothing, and a bloody creepy smile. Carlos has killed Eric, who was announcing this on a BBC News report just a few hours ago. Due to military forces falling because of the other W31 troops, military forces are unable to fight Carlos and the skeleton, as well as V. Obviously, they were created by W31. W31 is still nowhere to be found, but it is still for sure that he's still alive because of the new troops he made in just a matter of time. It is unknown where Carlos and the skeleton is, as well as V, but multiple robots named V have also been found in multiple states across the country. Residents across the entire United States should continue to shelter in place for as long as possible. If you hear a knock on your basement door, do not answer it. It could be the skeleton or Carlos, and they will break into your shelter and kill you and your entire family. These robots are expected to continue causing damage to the country, and if more robots are discovered, another widespread of W31 troops may occur. Guys, I gonna tell you something, I just don't understand why any of this is even happening. I'm not even sure what even happening anymore. At this point, it literally every person nightmare coming true, in which they are being caused by this demon from an unknown origin. I praying that this nightmare will end very soon and that humanity and the world is still in one piece by then. Unfortunately, I don't see a happy ending to this at all, as everything is going downhill every minute. I guess we'll have to see what happens later on as the situation continues to escalate. I don't see this getting better at all, as it seems like the fate of humanity is coming closer every minute. The emergency news network will now go off the air due to this major emergency. Tune to other news stations providing news and information on this extremely dangerous situation. Good luck to everyone out there. Keep your family and children safe and calm during this time, and God bless.
Hey guys, I'm sorry we're not hearing word from your parents at all, and I surely hope they somehow made it to the shelters.
Yeah, it's fine. Officer Zach, I have a strong feeling that something isn't right. Something is wrong.
Why do you have that feeling?
Well, Don, you think the whole journey from Wyoming to this train was a bit too easy?
Too easy? Nah, it was enough for me.
I mean, I was honestly expecting it to be more extreme than what we experienced.
Nah, it was enough for me. Getting out of the police car underwater was surely enough for me, and I'm sure the rest of us can agree on that one.
Yeah, I can definitely agree on that one. Isaac, why are you so concerned? We're gonna be just fine.
But that was like the only thing we experienced really. I mean, I was expecting to be fighting demons and stuff, but all we really been doing was shooting these creatures, whatever you call them. It all felt like it was too easy.
I don't get it. What do you think is gonna happen if you're that concerned that something is not right?
I don't know, maybe I just not thinking clearly.
I'm gonna be brutally honest with you, Officer Zach. I kinda do agree that the journey was a bit too easy. The majority of it was us camping and shooting down zombie werewolves and other W31 creatures, and 99% of them were at a far distance. I was expecting to experience more stuff similar to escaping the neighborhood and such. I surely hope it doesn't get any worse than that, but I can understand Isaac indeed. And even though we are on this train, heading to safety, if he's feeling like something is wrong, then we all should be very cautious. You never know what would go wrong. It's usually when you at least expect it when all hell breaks loose.
May I have your attention, please? One of the crewmen have noticed a swarm of demons in the sky, hovering about 67 feet above the train. This swarm seems to be following us, and some of the men believe they are beginning to descend towards the train. This is not confirmed yet, but since there is nothing much we can do at this point, you are advised to brace yourselves, as we don't know what these demons could do to the train. Please, stay close with family and friends, or anyone related to you, as these could be our last moments alive. We have no more to say, other than, this is not a drill.
Demons? Are you kidding me?
Oh no, I knew something was wrong.
Guys, don't panic. I'm sure they won't notice the train.
You think they won't notice the train? Zach, that like the one thing they'll notice.
Isaac, stop panicking, we're gonna be fine. I don't know. There's really nowhere else to go. Hopefully the train will go through some kind of tunnel or something underground so that these demons won't see us.
Wait, who is that?
What is up, you human-brave cows? I'm the demon's content created by W31. This is a hijack. I repeat, this is a hijack. I'm going to kill and consume every human being on this train. Your death will surely be gory and disgusting, and I'll make sure you're crying like never before, and the pain will be super severe. It will hurt more than anything, both physically and emotionally. Some people will even die just by seeing my face, because the horror will be so extreme everything inside you will just shut down. Instantly. You will never escape the wrath. The wrath of W31. Welcome to hell. Welcome to hell. Welcome to hell. Prepare for the wrath of W31. You will never escape. Welcome to hell. Welcome to hell.
Wait, what was that?
Oh no, a hijack. We so screwed.
Wait, what was that? Something just hit the roof.
Or someone?
Get back, you monster. Everyone get out.
Let's get out of here.
Everybody run.
Get back here.
This is crazy.
Guys, we have to jump. Guys, we've got to get off this train. It's not safe here.
Guys, we can't get off the train. It's going really fast and we won't make it if we jump off.
Guys, we have no other choice. Oh no, a demon is coming through the other car. We're surrounded. Guys, I really thought we could make it, but I don't think we will now. Prepare for the end.
We're gonna die, we're gonna die, we're gonna die, no 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 no.
No, I don't want to die, especially by being annihilated by demons. No 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 no.
Guys, I'm trying to open the window but it's not opening.
Oh frick.
Guys, no. Frick, I better get out of here. Oh no 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 no.
There is no escape. Why do you fear us? We all have to die eventually.
Demons, please don't kill me.
You know what? Let us make a deal. Join us. Join the army of W31, and we will let you live. However, when you join the army, we have to turn you into a demon.
No, I will never join your demonic army. Why not let me live as a normal human being? Listen, I don't know why you're doing this, but it needs to stop now. What have we done to you guys to deserve this? Why are you guys doing this?
You refuse to join the army of W31. Find them. Hey you, what should we do with this human brute thing? Well, obviously annihilate it, but also take advantage of it. You know, I'm actually very hungry, and I'd love to eat some brains and bloody nuts. Yes, that's what I was gonna say. I say we entirely cut everything open with the sharpest blade, and eat everything out of the body. Alright, Scrub, say your prayers, as we cut you open. Let us start with the stomach. This is gonna be epic.
No 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 please no no please no, this is too much. This is too much for me, I'm too young to die. No 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 no.
Friggin' delicious. Alright, scummy cows.
Demon, what are you gonna do to us?
I'm just trying to see someone die like never before. My hand is a massive chainsaw, and ITS going in your face.
What the frick?
No 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 no.
No, 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 no,
frick,
please
no,
don't kill us, please let us go, don't do anything, just please let us go, please, 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 no, 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 no.
Oh gosh, no, I can look at this. Holy crap, no 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 no.
This is gonna be epic.
No, 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 please don't kill us, please let us go, don't do anything, just please let us go, please, 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 no, 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 no.
Oh gosh, no, I can look at this. Holy crap, no 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 no. The following message is transmitted at the request of the United States government. The robots, Carlos, and the skeleton continue to cause chaos around the country. Many robots have been discovered across the United States, and are destroying everything in their sight. The robots, named V, have also been reported in Japan and Europe, as well as the United Kingdom and Africa. The entities and the bloody virus has also spread across the entire Atlantic Ocean, as well as the Pacific Ocean, meaning that a global level situation will occur soon. It is estimated that the entire planet will be overrun by W31 troops in about 6 hours. All military forces in each country are now on a mission to exterminate W31 troops, and many people, as well as members of the United States military, army and civil authorities are attempting to search for W31 in just an attempt to exterminate him as well. Experts across the United States are currently working on a solution to this crisis, but every attempt has resulted in failure. In addition, a green fire has been reported on the moon, causing the moon to turn green. This green color is causing people to experience extreme headaches and blindness if they look at it for longer than 5 seconds. It is believed that W31 has started some sort of radioactive fire, as the fire has been reported to be spreading radioactive chemicals into the air according to members of nuclear power plants and the CDC. This is an extremely dangerous situation. Seek shelter now. If you hear the roars of these demons, hide yourself somehow immediately. Cut off all ties with any and all infected, including, but not limited to, family, friends, and pets. Do not attempt to heal the sick, as the infected are incurable. The infected are no longer considered human. I repeat, the infected are no longer considered human. Seek shelter immediately, and abandon the infected. They are no longer considered human. They cannot be cured. Abandon the infected. Do not hesitate. If you do, it may be too late. If you cannot find a shelter, you will be screwed pretty much, as the outside world is considered deadly to all life. Do anything by all means to survive. News stations seem to be running out of instructions for protection due to previous instructions beginning to become useless as the situation escalates. Rely on your methods for survival.
Normal programming has been discontinued. A global emergency has been declared. Emergency information will soon be broadcasted. Normal programming has been discontinued. A global emergency has been declared. Emergency information will soon be broadcasted. Normal programming has been discontinued. A global emergency has been declared. Emergency information.
The following message is transmitted at the request of the United States government, NASA, and the Federal Emergency Management Agency. A global state of emergency now exists. Reports about entities and zombie wendigos from many areas across the planet came in, and the fire shouts have somehow turned the entire ocean into lava. The lava is causing massive wildfires in coastline areas, especially on the beach. These wildfires are extremely dangerous, and residents in coastline areas should attempt to evacuate the areas, but honestly, it won't do much to ensure your survival. In fact, humanity is slowly coming to its imminent doom. W31 has been spotted in the sky, and has begun to release radioactive chemicals into the air. These chemicals are super deadly to all life, and anyone who inhales these chemicals will experience the following symptoms for about 5 minutes. Extreme vomiting, including vomiting blood, extreme headache, stomachaches, red eyes, and extreme sore throats. In addition, the moon has turned completely green due to the green fire spreading all over the moon, and has somehow caused the moon to fall out of orbit, and is now heading towards Earth. The moon is expected to impact somewhere in northern Europe. W31 and his minions are slowly ending the world, and it is said that the entities are now breaking into underground shelters to kill any humans hiding. The zombie Wendigos are also doing this. The moon is expected to collide with Earth within the next 24 hours. The world leaders and governments have all been killed as a result of W31. There is nothing humanity can do to stop this, as every attempt to stop W31 failed. Humanity will not be capable of surviving this cataclysm. Once the moon impacts, giant mega tsunamis will occur, mega earthquakes will occur, and the sun will be blocked entirely for 10 to 15 years around the globe. All life will be wiped out once this happens. All of this has been caused by W31. He has officially defeated humanity. Please follow these instructions. Embrace your family members or pets. Repent or pray to your god or gods, should this apply to you. Do not tell younger children about this event and show comfort to them during their last moments. This broadcast will now cease transmission. The government thanks you for your
global emergency has now been declared. This will be the final broadcast that every TV station and news station will ever hear. This broadcast is being transmitted by the United States government. Please pay attention to this alert, as humanity is slowly coming to an end, and everyone needs to be aware about the current situation. This message is being transmitted at the request of the United States government, NASA, and the Federal Emergency Management Agency. A global state of emergency now exists. The pumpkin that W31 created is now completed, and is rising from the ground. The entire United States is able to see this pumpkin. This pumpkin is extremely dangerous, and was last seen rising into the sky, which is scaring anyone who is outside, as well as causing them to kill themselves in gruesome ways. In addition, if anyone looks at this pumpkin, they will become blinded. Even if it's even one piece of it. Theories say that you will melt instantly if you are seen by the pumpkin, but this is not confirmed at this time. This was the pumpkin W31 was creating. He was missing for some time while the pumpkin was being created, but at other times, W31 was found during the time the pumpkin was being created. W31 has now been spotted in the sky, and has begun to release chemicals into the air, which are extremely deadly to all life if inhaled. In addition to the pumpkin and W31 in the sky, reports about entities and zombie wendigos from many areas across the planet came in, and the fire sharks have somehow turned the entire ocean into lava. The lava is causing massive wildfires in coastline areas, especially on the beach. These wildfires are extremely dangerous, and residents in coastline areas should attempt to evacuate the areas, but honestly, it won't do much to ensure your survival. In fact, humanity is slowly coming to its imminent doom. W31 has been spotted in the sky, and has begun to release radioactive chemicals into the air. These chemicals are super deadly to all life, and anyone who inhales these chemicals will experience the following symptoms for about 5 minutes: extreme vomiting, including vomiting blood, extreme headache, stomach aches, red eyes, and extreme sore throats. In addition, the moon has turned completely green due to the green fire spreading all over the moon, and has somehow caused the moon to fall out of orbit, and is now heading towards Earth. The moon is expected to impact somewhere in northern Europe. W31 and his minions are slowly ending the world, and it is said that the entities are now breaking into underground shelters to kill any humans hiding. The zombie Wendigos are also doing this. The moon is expected to collide with Earth within the next 24 hours. The world's leaders and governments have all been killed as a result of W31. In addition to all of this, the UFOs that were discovered several hours ago are attacking the planet, and are destroying everything, everywhere across the planet. These UFOs were created by W31. The UFOs contain these alien-like creatures that were obviously created by W31. These aliens look similar to the zombie Wendigos that are currently all over the planet. There is nothing humanity can do to stop this, as every attempt to stop W31 failed. Humanity will not be capable of surviving this cataclysm. Once the moon impacts, giant mega tsunamis will occur, mega earthquakes will occur, and the sun will be blocked entirely for 10 to 15 years around the globe. All life will be wiped out once this happens. All of this has been caused by W31. He has officially defeated humanity. Please follow these instructions, embrace your family members and pets. Repent or pray to your God or gods, should this apply to you. Do not tell younger children about this event, and show comfort to them during their last moments. This broadcast will now cease transmission. Your government thanks you.